Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2023. I'm Carmen Roy, the VP of Sales for North America. And I've got to tell you, by the way, it's okay to say Happy New Year if you haven't seen anyone. I haven't seen you all since you saw me in black tie coming straight from New York when we had just won our #1 cruise line in Alaska honor at Travel Weekly Awards in New York. And we'll talk about that a little later. But I want to say Happy New Year to each and every one of you. And thank you for the continued support that you give us. This year has, for me, I just want to share my personal story. It has started out like none other. So if you'll see the beautiful medallion that I'm wearing, it actually says the Love Boat on it. I was fortunate enough to really, Happy New Year, Tony. Thank you. I want to say it year round. I got to tell you, my attitude is every day I wake up and I'm 6 foot above. Hey, Pam, Happy New Year from Vancouver. It must be freezing there. By the way, South Florida is about to get 40-degree temperatures on Saturday, so don't make fun of me, but that's pretty chilly for us. So I think every day you wake up and you're alive, right, Sherry, from Jamaica? I wish I was there. Oh, Sherry, you are fantastic. Every day we wake up and we're 6 foot above, it is a good day. It is the first day of the rest of our lives. But I will tell you, I was very blessed and lucky to have my family vacation aboard the beautiful Caribbean Princess. It was a 10-day Panama Canal cruise. There was 14 of us. It was spectacular. I can't even begin to tell you how phenomenal it was. My son was celebrating his birthday. My dearest friend was celebrating her birthday. So we had great dinners at Crown Grill for them. I got my son his personalized birthday medallion because Cindy Botello is always showing hers off. So I thought, I got to make sure my son has one. And then I got the Love Boat version. I kid you not, from the moment that we pulled up in our Uber at the terminal, which is to drop off our bags, to the moment we were on board having a drink in Vines, it was 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And if you follow me on Facebook, I actually documented it because even though I cruise on vacation and it's a personal cruise, the reality is I'm always doing quality assurance. I do summary briefs because I really believe no matter where you are, who you are, there's always room for improvement. So this new year is bringing a lot of excitement for Princess and our entire family. We are doubling down in more ways than one. So if you saw the Connect with Princess subject title, it was really easy, right? Taking sales, support, and service to a whole new level. So we're going to share with you all of the initiatives that we have been working so hard on for months to ensure that when we kicked off 2023, Wave would be a success, you would be supported, and we would be a pleasure to do business with. But also exciting news, if you were tuning into the Golden Globes, which I was on Tuesday on Pins and Needles, because I was aware, we launched our new brand campaign and TV spot. And I want you to see it here first. Come feel the love.
Love.
Exciting and new.
Come aboard. We're expecting you. The Love Boat. Soon we'll be making another run. The Love Boat. Promises something for everyone. Pause for adventure. You might have a new romance. And love won't hurt anymore. On a friendly shore, it's love. Welcome aboard, it's love.
Come feel the love. We know we are the original Love Boat, and we are taking it to a whole new level. This year, we're doubling down on love. Come feel the love. I love this boat. You're going to see some of the artistic renderings of this amazing brand campaign, and it is going to be beyond exciting. Super, super excited about the amazing work that our marketing team has done to ensure that we are supporting your efforts and really hitting all channels. So it's not just going to be TV spots, which we're bringing to a whole new level, not just on a national scope, but also on a local DMA scope. Oh, Heather, you loved it. Wasn't it awesome? I sang through it. I love the commercial. Thank you, Stephanie. I loved it too. I think in commercials and in broadcasting, using humor is pretty spectacular. So I think we took this to a whole new level, and you'll see other iterations of it. But at the end of the day, for Wave, thanks Sharon, for Wave, it is about giving you various amounts of touch points to drive this business into your offices, into your homes, if you're working from home, on your phone, and making sure that you are set up for success, which is really critical. So you'll see lots of DM that's going to be going out. You're going to be seeing a lot of digital campaigns, emails, as much as billboards, by the way, radio spots. I know since airing on Golden Globes, I've seen this spot, not just the 60-second spot, but I've seen 30-second versions of it 8 times in 2 days. And that's not even tuning into radio. So you are going to have a huge support system from us to ensure that we are setting you up for success, but more importantly, to spread the love. And the love is we are back in business. So as usual, you know, there's a live transcript of this available on Facebook, and we will take your questions and answers at the end. But as always, I'm also joined by my wonderful partner in profit, because this year, Marsha, it will be a year of profit, right? That's what we talked about.
Absolutely.
Marsha Patrick, you are loved, our director of sales for Western US and Canada, who is kind of like we're the sidekicks. Oh my God, I got to tell the story. Can I say it, Marsha? Because I'm on my cruise and I said, no, it's constantly Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. And I saw this wonderful, wonderful gift meme thing that I sent her saying, many of you might have seen it. It says all year long, it shows Marsha all year long. It's Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. And then it's all about Jan 1st. Happy New Year. That was, she got one day that it was all about Jen versus Marsha, Marsha. I thought it was funny.
I'm excited. I want to tell everybody Happy New Year. I'm so excited. I have on my I'm in Good Spirits t-shirt. I wish I was physically in good spirits, but I am in good spirits. So I'm excited.
You are good. Oh, I was like, why aren't you physically? You mean physically in good spirits?
Physically there on a ship in good spirits.
Let me tell you, I spent a lot of time in Vines, as you can imagine. That was my cocktail hour. But Good Spirits, where they made my 24 karat gold. Oh, Tammy says happy.
That's my favorite one.
That margarita was I had plenty of them. Let me say, if you think this is a little tighter, I know in December I wore black tie. Today I'm just wearing fitting tie. Is that tightly fit? How about that? Time fit. There we go.
You're being hard on yourself. You're being hard on yourself. You look fabulous.
Best pizza ever. And I am, I'm cynical when it comes to that. So Marsha, as always, is going to join me. We're going to have a lot to discuss, but I really want to start with, it's interesting, and the reorganization, right? So you will have probably seen Cruise World, no, it's Cruise Week, that had an article this week, which was great. They kind of like talked about it before we were ready to tell you about it, which was really going to be a New Year initiative. We spent 2022 working very hard, knowing that this would be, remember, we're back to service 100%, 15 ships in the water. It is business as usual. We are no longer surviving, we are thriving, and we need your help to do that. So we, the team, that leadership that you see there, obviously, Marsha, you all know, Elena Rodriguez is our director of sales in the central and southern US. And obviously we have Anthony Viciana, director of sales in our eastern US. But Cindy Botello was promoted to director of national accounts. So we'll talk about with the paradigm shift. That's what I called it when I got here. And we started working on this in April. All the leadership team was involved in this decision. We looked at how our agency distribution channels had changed. And how do we adapt as a sales organization to better serve you the way you need to be served? The climate, the landscape, all of it has changed. It's changed for you, and therefore we need to change. We cannot assume or think that the world is still as it was in 2019. It has changed drastically. So to better serve you, we took a very holistic approach and really got in the weeds to look at the distribution channel. Who is Booking Princess? Who is not? Who is kind of not, I called it random agent bookings, and how do we drive the business? And we're going to talk about initiatives that we've done, but this alignment really is focused on the regions, and then we're going to talk about the business development managers, because that's where I think you'll see a little bit of a quick change, right? Because you want to know. So I think this article talked about, what does it mean? Well, I got to tell you. Do not fear. We have created a business development manager hierarchy that is very, very personalized so that we have limited. So previously, we might have had a BDM in, let's just say LA, right? Well, LA, we have loads, but let's just say LA had one. And they might have had a portfolio of accounts of 1,000 agencies. Very difficult to visit 1,000 agencies, right? I mean, it is near impossible. So you might have had the touch points or the attention or the constant contact that you would need to book Princess and get to know about our brand. So with this new reorganization and paradigm shift, we have now looked at regions, looked at where our revenue is sourced from, where is it in the country, and created levels so that we have different BDMs, BDMs that will be having a much, I would say it's about what, no more than 250 in some of the portfolios. I mean, we have a range of 150 to 250. So we have then another level of BDM, same status. They're all business development managers, but they will continue then to do more of a strategic kind of approach. We're going to be laser focused on how we're talking to you. And we've talked to the team and said, you know what? I know change is hard, but we've got to do this to better support our agency distribution channel, to better talk to you and work with you. One size fits one versus one size fits all. And with that in mind, we also elevated the host channel, right, to its own vertical within our national account portfolio. So now we've added 2 additional national account managers that will be handling the portfolio. So we've done some changes there, and Cindy will lead the national accounts team and key accounts team. So again, putting the resources where we need them, looking at so many of you might not be brick and mortar, you might be home based, or you're part of a host agency, or you're a franchise owner. So now we have an actual vertical, actually with 3 business development managers assigned to it, so that we're really going to where you need us to be. So it's a very holistic approach. So if you want to know, Happy New Year 2023, put your seatbelt on. Who is your Princess Business Development Manager? It is already live. Thank you, Joe. And Lisette did a lot of work, and the directors of sales, all that leadership team went on, made sure all of our resources are updated so you can find your, it says rep, but it's your BDM. I like to call them, we should put find your CEO instead of REP, because they are CEOs, right, Marsha? They're CEOs of their territories. That's what they've been charged with. They've also been charged with, guess what? We're back in business. You're back in an agency's office. If you want to be seen, if they want to be seen, if you don't want to be seen in your office, or you're working from home and you want to do a lunch and learn, or just a coffee chat in a Starbucks or wherever your car Pete's, right? Isn't that what it is
you know why I'm excited about it, Carmen? I'm excited about all the changes because we're going to be able to reach and interact with and talk with and grow business with far more advisors. So we're super excited and ready.
And on OneSource, as you go to onesourcecruises.com to be able to find your BDM, know that we have the pages based on that particular vertical. So you'll have the national accounts team, you'll have your central and southern US, your eastern and your western region. So you'll be able to go, you don't have to scroll through 1,000 pages, you'll know who it is and you'll know what they cover, and we will take care of you. So I thought that was exciting. Thank you, Anna B. Block, and I agree with you. And that's Anna spelled backwards as Anna. Do you love that? Spelled backwards as Nemrock. It's like an Oprah thing. And so why? So this is another great initiative. Again, I say it's coming soon because we have been in development with this for close to 6 months, I want to say. We want to get it right. But I wanted to explain it because top 10 reasons why Princess. This will be on our confirmations coming soon, not just yet. It's always technical, so IT's working very hard and doing a lot of heavy lifting. So did Joe, by the way. For guest and travel advisor facing confirmations, why is this important? So I did an entire study on this, Marsha. The team didn't believe me. I did a 3-month study, research study in my previous brand, talking about conversion and our travel partners. Many guests or prospects come to you and they want a premium cruise company. And you in Alaska, which by the way, you should only be recommending the very best, which is us, but I understand.
We're number one.
We're number one, but you might have choices. So the pattern of behavior when I did these think tanks were that you are very busy. I get that. And you might offer a Princess Alaska cruise, another competitor, and as many as 5 possibly, because there's a lot of folks in Alaska this year. And then the confirmations go to the client, and maybe they'll ask you, maybe you know why. What is the differentiator? So by putting the top 10 reasons why Princess on both guest facing and your confirmation, we're telling you, we are walking you through why we are the perfect choice for whatever cruise destination that is. This exercise, by simply doing this initiative on confirmations, the conversion ratio was over 50%, where initially it was in the low digits. Incredible. And after we did it, the travel partner said, this is fantastic because I don't have to, you are telling the story for Princess. You are selling your brand, and it opens up line of dialogue for you to talk about your passion for our brand. And even more, by the way, that list could be 100, 1,000, right? But we had to limit it to 10, and we looked at unique selling propositions and differentiators for the brand. So coming soon, the top 10 reasons why to help you, and this was a big initiative for this year, help you sell more Princess and convert your bookings. When you do options, we want you converting. And then we talked about, you know, this whole paradigm shift. And one of the biggest opportunities I felt we had was when I came in and I joined the team, and I did about 90 days of, you know, observing, right? Marsha, wouldn't you say I was observant? Was I calm, cool, and collect? Not quite. Yeah, that's much.
There's no calm, no calm.
Yeah, but I really thought, and I made the probationary period. That's why I took 90 days to do this, right? Hey, off probation. But the 90 days allowed me to really assess and listen to the team, listen to the leaders, the Marsha, Elena, Anthony, Cindy, every Mike that was here at the time, who we adore, and we just honored him at our December sales meeting. Listen to them as to what works and what doesn't. And the biggest challenge that our sales team had is we didn't have an inside sales service support team. So here I have CEOs, okay, that are supposed to be selling are now servicing. And we knew it was a different world, but we had to set ourselves up for success for 2023 and beyond. We have a big amount of business that we have to produce for the company. And so we decided to create an inside sales service team, Princess Partner Support, support being the keyword team. And we hired our wonderful Lisette Martinez, Russian. She is the director of Princess Partner Support Team and our contact, and she's here.
And I'm here.
She's my special guest. Welcome, Lisette.
Thank you. Thank you, Carmen.
Lisette got a standing ovation in our December sales meeting that was held here in Fort Lauderdale, where we have a Princess office, and we still have our headquarters in Santa Clarita, still there. But she joined, and we had Salesforce training, because that's another tool and initiative that we took on in 22, so that when we hit 2023 running, our teams are up to speed, they're Salesforce trained, they're having dashboards, they know who's booking us, and they're able to really talk to you and qualify your business, because things have changed, and we want to make sure that we are as compelling with your business model today as ever. And they gave Lisette a standing ovation.
And it wasn't for me. Should be for the team.
It was for the, but I've never gotten a standing ovation. I'm still waiting. Wait for it. It'll never come unless I sing on Broadway, and that's not going to happen, Marsha. Why the standing ovation? Okay, we got to use a little humor, right? I love these black and white pictures. By the way, I took some black and white pictures on New Year's Eve. I look really good in black and white. Seriously, it makes everything look phenomenal. Look fantastic. So that's here to talk to you about transformation, a huge transformation that we have made in our contact centers, but more importantly, that will make Princess a pleasure to do business with and create this Princess Partner Support Team. And why you got the standing ovation is because we've been beta testing this, right? The team has been, we've been hiring the team. You joined us when? Let's talk about
4 months.
It's only 4
I passed my 90 days.
You passed your probation. I could have told you would have passed probation day one, okay? I mean, we needed you. You weren't going anywhere. I know where you live, and if you like bunny soup, it's like Fatal Attraction. I won't be ignored, Lisette. So 4 months, and in 4 months, you had to create and develop a whole new department, right? And you have other responsibilities, but Princess Partners was really from scratch, right? You had nothing. You had to create it. You had to develop it. She used her subject matter expertise to create really what I know will be an award-winning team. Well, in our sales meeting, it must be award-winning already, because after the beta test, you were getting a standing ovation. The team was getting a standing ovation. So I want to introduce Princess Partner Support Team as our 2023 initiative, as we kick off the busiest time of the year wave. It cannot be a ripple, ladies and gentlemen. It must be, it has to be more than a wave. I won't say tidal wave, but let's make sure the water keeps running, okay? So what is Princess Partner Support? Talk to our travel partners of what the team is, what it's comprised of, besides blood, sweat, and tears for 4 months.
So Noel, thank you for having me, and thank you for all of you and all the work that you do for us. And so yes, I'm excited to be able to be here today and introduce our new Princess Partner Support Team and tell you a little bit about it. So it's another team, as Carmen was saying, dedicated to you, our travel partners, working in conjunction with our business development managers and our field sales team to offer you and afford you another opportunity in another arena for support and service. So what is it? Well, we've taken some of the best from our Princess team and we've added a few new ones to the mix to give us an amazing team of 15 specialists that are here to assist our travel advisor community in building your Princess business and making it easier to do business with us.
So those 15, because I know there were a few, so they are, because when we're looking at support and service, they're going to cover all of the US and Canada, right? So it's a North America push. Of the 15, how many have been Princess employees? So they're not brand new.
Yep, we have 10 on our team that have come from our original Princess team, and then we've hired 5 new down here in our Fort Lauderdale area. So we're excited. They're in the other building, and they're working and training and doing side by sides for the last couple of months, getting geared up for the launch of this team.
So 10 seasoned,
10 seasoned,
right? So we're not getting you brand new people, except the 5 brand new people are spectacular. They've been training
We've got
for
industry experience, some that have been in your shoes as travel partners, and
Very
some
important.
that have worked in other brands. So we've got quite a bit of history.
And I love that because I find that anytime a sales support role or a salesperson has been on your side of the desk, you have a whole new different empathy for what it is that our travel partners have to go through. I tell the team all the time, and I'm probably making them sick of saying this, but I truly believe this. We only have to know Princess. This is our brand, our passion. We have our arms around it. We embrace it. We know it inside and out. But our travel partners, they have to know everybody because when you have something in, so the onus is on us to create a team of support and salespeople that really have your back. The word partnership is used very loosely. We don't want to be a supplier, we want to be a partner. So this is spectacular. So 10, and then the 5 have been in training. And we were pushing her to launch this December 1st. Can I say that? Because that's our new fiscal. I'm like, come on, Lisette, you can do it. She's like, no. And so I had your back. I said, when Lisette is ready to launch, she will tell us. No pressure for Wave, but I am so glad we got this done because we will Monday. That's it. We're operational. So go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt. It's just that these are great questions. Go.
So, along with our 15 that we've been talking about, we are lucky enough to be having the team led by Mary Brink, which many of you have probably already worked with. She brings with her to us 30 plus years of Princess experience and expertise. So we're super excited to have her leading the team. And she's just done a great job in the training and getting them ready for what's coming on Monday.
Okay, so I got to tell you, Mary Brink, Marsha used to be my go-to. She's got 25, you got 30. Mary, you'll be hearing from me. I'll be calling you. Marsha's going to be thrilled because I'm not going to harass her anymore. I love it.
Mary.
Mary won't be contrary. She will be very much.
Mary is amazing. The entire team is amazing, but Mary's phenomenal.
So with that, our number one mission, what we say, is we're here to provide you with a vehicle of contact while your business development manager is out in the field or unavailable. We want to make sure that you have a team that you can all reach out to when you need help. But now, what can we help with? Well, there's certain things that we have. For example, OneSourceCruise.com questions that you may have, or Polar Online questions you may have, new agency registration, assisting you with ordering brochures and collateral. We know there's avenues that you can do it on your own, but we know sometimes you just want to pick up the phone and have somebody help you to do that. So we have that, as well as fare option verification. You want to make sure that a fare is actually valid, a status of a refund. Commission inquiry, updating bookings with new promotions. Promo combinability. We know there's a lot of great promos that we have going. And you want to just make sure, hey, can this be combined? Can this not? We can help you with that. Commission payments. You want to know if you were paid or not, right? I have a small thing. You want to know if you're paid. You
Minor details.
Exactly.
Very important.
We all do this for the love, but the commission helps.
Come feel the love. They're going to feel the love as they make more commission. I'm going to show them how too, by the way.
So these are just some examples of what we can do and what we're here for you to help you with. But just so giving more information on the team. So what we're not here to do is we're not here to replace our travel advisor support team or our guest services team, because as we're going to talk about later, we have enhanced those teams with their empowerment as well as the size, but we'll talk about that later. I don't want to steal Jim's thunder. That's coming a little bit later in the presentation here today.
But it's important to make this, because if you have a support issue in reservations with a booking, go to the support team to take care of you.
Correct.
And if you're making a new reservation, don't call Princess Partner Support Team.
Correct.
Call reservations and book it.
Yeah, what I want to add here is just a reminder, like Lisette put together a phenomenal team, but they are 15 people, right? So we need to use the avenues that we currently have. And then if you run into a bump or a bobble and you need some help, and I like to use the example of, what you might have worked with our internal teams with, and then you still had a question or couldn't figure something out, and you might have contacted your BDM. Then you go to Princess Partner Support. It would be more doable that way, because 15 people can't support every single question without us using the tools we have in our hands.
We're going to be the BDM's mini-me's.
Yes.
I like that. Mini-me's, that's good. But we also have, because Marsha and I are going to go over some other tips, some tricks and tips on how self-service works too, right? Because we know how busy it is right now. It's not just us, it's everybody, which by the way is a phenomenal opportunity. We want to be busy, but we also don't want you to feel angst and frustration. So I think once this is officially kicked off next Monday, pretty spectacular, because if you're calling our res team for any of those items that Lisette just went through, they can help you, which I think is great.
Yep, absolutely. So that's the next question. Yes. How do you reach us? Well, starting Monday, January 16th, we're welcome to take your calls and your emails. So we're going to start off with Monday through Fridays, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time, and that's 9:30 a.m. 9 p.m. Eastern time. And there on the screen, you can see our phone number is 833-437-0295. It's a direct number to our team, so that's great and quick access. And we also have an email, which is our partner support at princesscruises.com. I just say that you can allow us, 72 business hours to get back to you, because we are, like I said, a semi-call center, or mostly a call center. So we'll be taking everyone's calls, and we'll have time set up for people to research and respond to your emails. But if we could start off with like a 72-hour business, that would be great. And we're going to love your feedback. So please make sure you're reaching out to your BDM, letting them know, hey, this is great, or I spoke with so-and-so and this is great, or this is working, or this is a recommendation. We'll always take feedback. And again, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be here and talk with all of you about this great team. We're so excited to be launching this, and they are watching us right now, because I told them to. And I know I can speak on their behalf when they say that they are extremely pumped for Monday and extremely pumped to be working with all of you. So a shout out to them, because they're the ones that make it happen.
Go team.
We look forward to working with you starting on Monday.
And Lisette, I just want to add that, we internally soft launched this so that our business development managers could work with the team, get to know each other better. The Princess Partner Support team could understand the kind of things that will be coming their way. And they have been phenomenal. I mean, they completely have the entire sales team stamp of approval. And so I think you guys are going to be very pleased with the amount of support and help they're going to provide.
Wonderful.
It's
great to hear. Thank you.
So since the team is watching, I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all in advance, because you don't realize you are the foundation. You are so critical to our success this year. Having this, first of all, the hours of operation right now, Monday through Friday, hopefully in the future expanded. Let's we got to kind of crawl before we can walk, before we can run. And we want to understand, again, that we're being called for the right things that they have empowerment to do. So we're going to give you even more tips and some insider info come out. But I want to say to you, thank you. Did she say she's been here 4 months? 4 months. We've been able to put this team together. They're amazing. I cannot wait, because I've already had some interaction, and it's been incredible. And it feels wonderful, right? It feels wonderful to know that when you have a question, especially for our business development management team, right? All the team, because they are charged with being in your offices, out in the field, out creating incredible opportunities for you to make money and book business on Princess. And we can't get that done if they're, in their offices dealing with service issues or support issues. So now we've got an entire team to support our amazing agency distribution channel. So thank you, Lisette, for taking this journey with us. It's been a ride.
No,
It's only
been
4
great.
months, but congratulations to you and the entire team. So excited. Princess Partner Support Team. Thank you, Heather. You see, the support team's already getting thank
Yep.
yous. I love it. Love it. So thanks so much. So more, because we're really talking about not just the Princess Partner Support Team. So I wanted Lisette to be first because it was critical. It's a brand new team. It's a brand new department. Really, again, keeping with, you know, the KPIs that I set for our team for 2023, because this is the year and we're going to be very successful. And we have turned this corner with such reinvigorated energy, commitment, and passion. And we cannot do it alone. We can have a tremendous marketing driven message like that incredible new TV spot, right? Living on that incredible legacy of the Love Boat and Come Feel the Love. And I love this book. So creative, so funny, and lots of marketing. It's reach and frequency, right? So we're going out with a message and it's frequent and it's in many channels. But besides that, you can have phenomenal salespeople. Like we reorganized the sales team and they're spectacular, right? Fantastic. But what more do we need? We need to ensure that we have the inside team. So I started my career, it just said at the end of the month, it'll be 42 years, but 41 years ago, I was in embarkation. And I've said it to you all, I started in cruising, never been a princess, but it was the Love Boat that got me doing the weekend thing, which was phenomenal. But my first real full-time job in cruising was reservations. I was a res agent and a supervisor and handled the call centers. And I know this sounds hilarious, but it was only 335 people at the time. But you know what? The reservations team, that contact center, it is the heartbeat of the company, the heartbeat of the company. And that's the reality, because they've got to answer the phones and they are your first impression line, right? Line of fire. We want to make sure. So Jen Wright, our VP of Contact Center Operations and Guest Services, both, they've also had a restructure and a reorganization. What I'll say is Jen was supposed to join us live, but guess what, folks? The phones are ringing off the hook. And I explained to her, you know what our priority is? Our priority is answering the phones and servicing you, making sure that you're booking during Wave. So she's recorded a message for us. So I said, Jen, I'd love to have you live, maybe in the future. I hope never in the future, because I hope it doesn't slow down and she can't be here. She can just record. What do you say, Marsha? That would be success, right?
Exactly.
Because we're so busy. But I wanted her to share her revamp and organization with you.
Hi, everyone. Jen from customer service here. Thank you for all that you are doing to support Princess and get happy guests on board our beautiful Princess ships. I am here to update you on some of the progress that we've made in customer service this past year based on your feedback. We know we're not where we need to be yet, but we want to share some updates with you on our progress along the way. So we have expanded our call escalation team to better support our guests and travel advisors when things have not gone to plan. We've empowered a very passionate team. They are incredibly excited about getting these superpowers, and they've actually been waiting a long time for them to help ensure that things go as smoothly as possible on our calls. And while we aim to get it right 100% of the time, we know we have a lot of ground to make up in the area of service. At the end of last year, October, November, December, pre-Wave, we were able to dramatically reduce the wait times for the instances where we need to get things back on track for our calls. Compared to earlier in the year, we reduced to about a 12-minute wait time, which was a significant improvement. And I know that's not where we are right now in Wave, and I assure you we're working very, very hard to get back to a better standard in terms of quick resolution on calls where things have not gone to plan. We have a robust feedback system to get coaching to the navigators who need it when calls could have been handled differently. And we have coming soon, hopefully even here today as you're watching this webinar, a post-call customer service survey so that we can get your and your clients' feedback on our individual agents and where we are doing great and where we need to improve. Also, where we see common or frequent issues, we raise up troubleshooting tips, adjust our internal resources and knowledge base, as well as sending out reminders to our team on top issues causing confusion. We're working very hard to train all of our teams to ensure that you have the best experience possible. A tip for contacting us during Wave season to avoid our busiest days would be to call between Wednesday and Friday. Best times of the day to call are between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. East, if my math is right. And then again later in the day after 2 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. East. Thank you so very much for all you're doing, again, to support our guests and Princess Cruises. We so appreciate it. And over to Carmen and Marcia to share even more time-saving tips.
Thank you, Jen. Fantastic. That gives us a great idea, Marcia, of all the behind-the-scenes work that we've been doing last year to really shore up all of these teams in the contact center, from a guest services perspective to my favorite, sales, right? Just calling and make things critical. But there are other ways, and so this is what we want to share, right? So Princess answered first. So let's start with this, right? Because it's our amazing search engine, and it really helps our travel advisors get their questions answered. But the one thing I want them to know, that this is the same database our reservations and customer relation teams use. The teammates use this to get their information. So save yourself a phone call. And how do we work it? How do you use it, Marcia? Because I think this would be amazing.
It's the same tool that I use. I literally use this several times a day. If I get asked a question and I'm uncertain of the answer, or if, I can't remember what the answer is, we use this tool. And if you call in, as Carmen said, and talk to one of our representatives in the contact center, they're using the same tool. If they too can't remember or can't find the details, they're using it too. So it could save you some time if you are in OneSource and go to Princess Answers and type in your question, or type in one of the words that's associated with your question. Let's say you're not sure about how commission works or when it gets paid. Type in commission, hit enter, and it's going to bring up articles for you. You can also favorite articles so that they're on the side for you if it's something you frequently need to access. And then we also do the top 5 to 10 that all of our travel advisors and even our res agents have been searching. Those end up on the right-hand side too. So if it's a hot topic, it's easy to find. So it's a really great tool.
And this knowledge base really works very similar to Google, right? And it'll give you the top entries, but also so it matches your request, but if you enter the wording correctly, it actually tells you, let me suggest an alternative. Is this what you're looking for? So I think this would be an amazing resource, right, for us to use. So we'll start with that. That's Princess Answers, first and foremost. Big fan of Princess. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Now our second option is chat. And everybody should, by the way, call third. I love that. Chat second, because when I look at this, this is really the second best way to get information by using our chat service, right? So it's almost anything that you could do by calling us, you can get done by chatting with us, right? And
correct.
It would be new, because even me, the dinosaur, chats when I'm online with different companies and brands. And it's phenomenal. Even on my cell phone, I love it because I can chat and ask a question, do you have this or that? And so the fact that we have it, I would be using this all the time.
And then the other key thing about this, Carmen, is chat. Our chat is with a live person. This is not a bot. This is not going to just bring up articles for you. This is a live person that you would have talked to if you called in. Yeah.
So it's not a bot. Can you say that again? It's because
not a bot.
I do get frustrated when I'm in a chat feature and it's a bot and I keep asking the same question, keeps giving me the same wrong answer.
No,
truly annoying.
That's not this.
So
you're talking to a person.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah. Okay, and then there's a difference between, there's OneSource chat, so you have questions about agency registration, profile transfers, anything specific to your OneSource account. There is a chat specifically for that. And then there's also Polar Online chat, which is what you would use if it's like a call related type thing. Something you would have picked up the phone to call about, you can chat about. There are very few things that they cannot do, but unfortunately, some of them are the escalation issues. If something needs to get escalated, or anything related to air. But we have given them a lot more empowerment. So there's not a whole lot that they have to go to escalation for.
So they can make name changes, they can reinstate bookings and more. I mean, provided the voyage allows it.
They can.
Deposit to extensions too?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
As long as it doesn't have air on it. If it has air on it, then we have to talk to the air team. So then that has to be a phone call.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So the top 5 reasons.
Top 5 reasons advisors use Polar Online. So option extensions, they're so quick and easy. You can do that via chat and it can happen for you right there and then and there. If you're not using Polar Online, because it's also easy in Polar Online. Oops, sorry, I went back on you. And then Also, any easy questions, how to update or change your booking, help with applying FCCs, changing a stateroom, very easy things. Payments. Payments have been made. How much? Like if you want to confirm how much has already been paid, what is final due, what's the net versus the commissionable amount that needs to be paid, all that can be handled there in chat. And then for bookings without error, as Carmen just mentioned, you can do name changes, spell corrections. And then you can also add Princess Plus or Premier for third or fourth guests. So let's say you have selected, well, this could be a single booking or it could be in a group, right? So they can handle either one. It doesn't have to be just a single booking. But if you had a booking and maybe they booked standard and now they want to add Plus or Premier, we have the codes for you accessible on OneSource, but maybe you didn't have time to do that right now. You can chat with them, give them the booking number and tell them what they want. They'll add it for you.
Fabulous. Fabulous. So those are phenomenal. I mean, listen, I love chat. Trust me. I love Princess Answers, but I really love chat because that lets you be functional. We're multitasking. I mean, let's be real. Phones are ringing. We got to capture the business now. Other ways is self-serve booking support online. We have all of these forms. So we wanted to feature them, Marsha, because you know what? Many times, again, we're not the only partner that they sell. So it's great to just kind of give you a refresher about everything that you can access under Booking Tells on onesourcecruises.com, which will really let you expedite your requests with easy to use forms because we've actually tracked them. Some of them are. I'll let you take them away.
Yes, absolutely. So there's lots of forms available for you. There are some silver linings that came when we were within the pause, and this is one of them. Had an opportunity to look at our business and decide, what could we give you guys to be able to self-service, to be able to make this easy for you. And so some of these forms, and actually even some of you guys gave us the ideas. And so we came with an upgrade adjustment, refund inquiry, onboard folio refund request. That's one of the top things that people call for is the folio refund request. And you don't necessarily have to call. You can just shoot this form in, and then we will get that out to you as soon as possible. So there's just a lot of things here, and we just wanted to remind you that those are there and available for you.
And upgrade adjustments. Boy, there's a lot on this.
There's a lot.
And
there's even more than what's listed here. There's one also for air changes, because the airlines have been doing a lot of air changing, and so when you want to accept a change, you can actually fill out a form and be able to do that here as well.
And refund inquiries, I love that. Onboard folio refund requests as well. So that pretty much runs the gamut. It takes care of everything. So the next thing is, so obviously, other ways, right? The Voyage Health Protocol too. So we know as of October 21, all the protocols to cruising were lifted, right? So that means that for most voyages, I know on the voyage I was on for Panama Canal, there are no longer any vaccination or testing requirements, which was, can I tell you what an amazing feeling, right? It was really phenomenal. But it applies for itineraries to all destinations, except when because listen, we're still in that situation, right? They're still seeing it. We would deny the reality if we didn't realize it. So we're really at the mercy of the governments and the destinations and the regulations in those destinations, right? Like Australia, right? Australia has enhanced guidelines and testing requirements, right? And so that's why we created this new cruise health tool.
Now, I love this tool because we heard you. There's a lot of information to go through, and you're not necessarily 100% sure if these protocols apply to your guest cruise or even your personal cruise. So now you can actually just put in the guest booking number and the guest's first and last name, hit enter, and it'll bring you to a place that tells you whether protocols are needed for that voyage or not. And if they are, it'll tell you what they are. And if you don't have that information available, then you can actually just put in the voyage number. Or maybe you're actually just you don't even have a booking yet, and you're thinking about selling clients on a particular voyage and you want to have all the info ahead of time. You can put in the voyage number, hit enter, and see if there's any protocols that apply to that voyage.
Great idea. Listen, we're almost there. Sherry says she loves that health protocol tool. I do too, because we cannot expect to know everything. And I think, what we've lived through, right? I love the pause. It wasn't so pausing. There was no pausing. It was really, we were on the go, and it's like the tail wagging the dog, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Nikki. Excellent too. Oh my God, it's Nikki. I recognize Nikki. I recognize you. Not going to say your last name, but I recognize you. Anyway, so I got to tell you, I think this is a great tool. It puts really, the world is open, folks. We want to be global citizens. So we're working towards that, but there are still destinations that do restrict us. So
Yeah.
I think these are all great tools, great self-service. I know there's angst, I know there's frustration because, believe it or not, and by the way, Joe had texted me or emailed me while I was on my vacation saying, why aren't you posting on your Facebook post? Because I couldn't get on my Princess Facebook page. It was the weirdest thing. I couldn't get but finally I posted this week a few, so I'm testing, I'm back on land, I'm doing it, I'm shifting because I have 2 phones, of course I do, a personal and a business, and so I'd have to take pictures with both phones. It was a mess, but trust me when I tell you, more to come. So it is back. So again, another wave initiative to create excitement, to really reward you. So Sell 3, Sail Free, as you all know, we first started in last summer.
Yeah.
2022 voyages. And we'll talk about the one that we ran that ended December 31st. We're going to talk about that soon. Stand by.
Yep.
Because you still are able to fulfill some of these voyages. That was in Alaska only. We decided as we kicked off the new year in Wave and feeling the love and sharing the love is that we would continue to do Sell 3, Sail Free, but you make 3 bookings, you earn the cruise, but it's on qualifying 2023. So we're opening up 2023. It's not just Alaska. Alaska is included, just so you know, okay?
Yeah.
And again, bookings, we kicked this off January 9th, which aligns when we believe, Wave was starting and goes through the end of February, right? So we have a lot going on, very much like the last one.
There were some questions in the pre-registration about if I made a booking before. So we have to pick a date to make this effective. And so it is effective January 9th through February 28th. New bookings made in that time period on a qualifying cruise.
Right. And when you make 3 bookings, you earn, right? So everybody wants to know, well, what am I paying for? So all that you would pay for obviously is taxes, fees, import expenses, and accrue appreciation, which is, gratuities, right?
Yep.
And of course your onboard expenditures. And we do offer that optional upgrade, right? So if you want to add, and I highly recommend it. Princess Plus, highly recommended. My entire team we had a whole family members doing the Plus, and we had a whole bunch that did Premier, and boy, does it make a difference. Not just for crew appreciation, but for Wi-Fi access and drinks. I say it pays to Plus, because depending, you might not, and I hear this all the time, we're not big drinkers. Hello? Bottled water.
It's truly all inclusive. The reason I love it is because I can sail and not worry about my folio. I don't have to look at my folio.
Listen, Sergey knew who I was when I'd show up to the International Cafe. He knew I was going to have the non-fat, and I'm doing with the caramel twist and all of those smoothies and lattes, and it was all included. So I think we're going to talk about that later. So Sell 3, Sail Free. It's on again, January 9th. Book all of these amazing destinations because we truly are a destination leader. And as always, we've prepared the sales tools that are supporting your efforts. Really important. All of these offer details so you'll know what the offer is, what the qualifying voyage list is, and also which are the free cruise voyage lists. Really critical. I want to say this again. The destination flyers, by the way, all of these flyers at the onesourcecruises.com. However, the actual list of free cruise voyages will continue to change. It's a work in progress. Why? Because we're offering you the whole year, and they have to be fully paid, right? So you might be making somebody's booking. You've booked a client within this booking window, but they're not sailing, and the final payment is not required till farther later, right?
Right.
We will continue to offer the voyages so that you can pick and choose. So I wanted you to know that. It's not like you see the first free cruise voyages and you think that's the only one. Which brings me to the last Sell 3 and Sail Free, because I think we kicked off the year and many of you knew you had until Monday, January 16th, because you had any of the Alaska bookings that you booked from November 1 through December 31st that qualified, you had until January 16th to register those. There's the QR code. It is back up. We put it up again on onesourcecruises.com so that if you need it, it's there. You can register your bookings. You have until January 16th. Then we've got to bring it down because we have a new Sell 3, Sail Free. But we heard you loud and clear. A lot of our BDM said, where's the old form? People are still, which thrills me because we had a lot of entries. And that was with limited, offering, right? Only Alaska. We still have Alaska in this setup, but we have everything. So it should be very lucrative for you to sell, right? Sell 3.
Absolutely.
And then there's Alaska.
It's our baby. It's our shining star.
It really is, right? More guests choose Princess for Alaska than any other cruise line. period. Now, I want to correct this because it says Travel Weekly 16 years in a row, which is correct.
Yeah.
But we've been number one 19 out of the 20 years that Travel Weekly has had these awards. So we only missed it
Yeah.
1 year, okay? But we ain't missing it ever again, right? Marsha? I'm banking on being there next December. And by the way, I said to Marsha, when the voting starts, I want us to be number one in groups, and then Marsha can join us, can
Yeah.
join us at the table so she can go up and personally receive her award for the best group department in the business.
That would be amazing. I'd have to bring a lot of people with me. There's a lot of people that would be involved in the success of our group program.
We could represent everybody, right? So we are number one in Alaska. By the way, there will be 2 seminars at sea in Alaska that we're going to be hosting.
Yeah.
More to come on the next webinar because Terry's working with me to confirm and finalize, because we really want on some of those Alaska voyages, shoulder season in May, to have 2 separate seminar at seas and have you come and experience why we are different and why we are number one.
Yes, absolutely.
End of story. And then I go, the thank you. I have to say thank you because these were the 3 categories that we won. Best in Alaska, which is the one that I was rooting for, which was phenomenal. Best shipboard technology speaks volumes of this little thing. Is it perfect? No, it's not always perfect. The technology is there, so it's high tech, but it's for personalized special service, and it works, and it works, and it works. And it makes all the difference in the world. Trust me, I knew exactly where my kids were at all times. They knew where I was, by the way. I don't know if that's
Carmen, I'm now gunning for 2 more. We're gunning for groups and for best trade support.
Princess Partner Support Team.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I'll take
Listen,
that.
so we had best shipboard technology. We also had best travel advisory education program for Princess Academy. I don't want to lose any of that, but we were nominated in 21 categories. So I hear you, Marsha. There's lots of categories. I don't want to be greedy, but you want groups and we want Princess Partner Support. Yes,
We do.
And then some of the others. Why do we put this up? It's not because we have egos. Trust me, far from it. I always say, tell me what you want me to do. Just give me a toilet brush and some windows, and I'll do windows and I'll do toilets because I just want the business and I'll do whatever it takes. These are just third-party endorsements. We like to kind of bring them to you. So if you do have, now we're giving you the top 10 reasons why Princess, obviously #1 awarded cruise line in Alaska is the #1 point, which is really important. But all of these help you to tell the story, right? Third-party endorsements. And then we talk about Alaska. So we have our new updated Alaska 2023 brochure. Because remember, we're in Alaska. We have 7 ships there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lucky 7. It'll only be lucky 7 if we're full and sold out. Let me just tell you. So I'm going to roll the dice that 7 full and sold out. So we really need your help. But of course, we've updated all of our assets, including our brochure. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we made this announcement even before it was officially made, and it happened on December 14th, which is the enhancement of our fare bundles. As you know, we call it the good, better, best. So it's price, value, value. But we enhanced Princess Plus and Princess Premier. And without belaboring it, but this is, I'll tell you, after having cruised, if you are not recommending every single booking, whether you're Princess Standard, that they take minimum Princess Plus and there's about 50% plus of your colleagues, travel advisors that recommend Plus, and you are fully commissioned upfront on all of this. And I'll show you the exercise. So we enhance Princess Plus and we enhance Princess Premier, but I'm just going to give you a simple math. Okay. It's 7-day cruise at $60 for Princess Plus. Okay. 60. That's $440 per person. It's $840 at 12% commission. That's if you're at 12%. I just gave you a couple options so that just in case you're not one of the 15%, by the way, and if you're not, we want you to be, and we'll help you get there. It's $100 in commission. All you had to do was recommend it and tell them your client at any point during the booking process, right? You might have had them book, call them back and say, you know what you need? Get the deposit cycle out of the way from their credit card and just say, I highly recommend. As a Princess expert, I could tell you Princess Plus is what you need. And you talk about the Wi-Fi, it pays to Plus, just pays to Plus. And there's going to be a comparison sheet that we'll bring it out shortly.
And as a reminder, by bundling, we have made things that are normally not commissionable, right? Cool. Who pays commission on crew appreciation? Right? We do.
Wi-Fi.
And Wi-Fi.
and
Yep.
we need it. And so the other example I had them pull up there is just if you were doing a 10-day cruise, right? Just to show, what it is and what kind of commissions. At 15%, you're talking about $180. That's found money. We're commissioning it. All you have to do is recommend it because it truly is the right thing to do for your clients. So it is seamless. It does pay to plus because if you looked at, 4 drinks a day, think about what you're paying, $60 a day, 4 drinks a day. Let's say it's $15 wine, which by the way, mine was $16, just so you know. That's $64 right there in just 4 glasses of wine. Not
That's
including
true.
my Wi-Fi, not including my, crew appreciation.
Appreciation.
It makes sense. It pays to plus, just do the math.
Yeah.
Figures never lie. And then here are all the tools that we made available to you. So we have the flyers, the FAQs, the fare code chart, which is critical. And coming soon, we're just getting legal. And Joe, this has been an amazing work of passion for Joe and Brandon working on this during the holidays. I was texting and emailing them. We have a comparison chart. One of the things that I tell the team that I noticed when I got here is that we're really such nice people here at Princess. We're very vanilla, very nice. We play well in the sandbox. We got to take the gloves off, folks. We own Alaska. We got people jumping into our sandbox and saying, "Oh, we're building a property." Yeah, and a piece of dirt on a piece of land. We own our own lodges, my friend. Don't make me drop the ice cubes, okay?
Tell me how you really feel, Carmen.
Oh my God, my New Year's resolution, Marcia, I said I was going to be kinder and gentler. I apologize. It's kind of like saying I was going to have a January that was dry and it didn't happen. Oh, well, on to the next one. Our best sale ever. This is our tool, best sale ever. And we added as a boost, right? 3rd and 4th guest free. So we added a boost. We'll have other boosts as we go through, but this one ends January 19th. So we wanted to make sure that you knew it was there because we still have the $150 onboard spending, 35% messaging off cruise fares, but the 3rd and 4th guest free is the boost through January 19th. We want to make sure we give you everything you need.
Also, in some of the pre-registration questions, there were questions about how do I add Plus and Premier to the 3rd and 4th guest that's free? There is a promo code for that. Back on the previous page with the QR code, that list of codes has a code there that you can do, add the Plus and Premier on your 3rd and 4th guest.
Perfection. But also, didn't we show them a way to do it on chat or we did it online?
Yeah, they can do it on chat. Yep, for sure.
See, I'm paying attention, Marsha. I know you think I don't pay attention, but I do. And then again, best sale ever. Again, this is our wave offer. We launched it December 14th after having an amazing, Cyber Monday, Black Friday. It was just incredible. And this offer runs through March 1st. So we'll have something more when it comes, but it's about over $950 value. And I think it's really, really strong. You just got to get behind it. $100 deposit, so it's reduced deposit, the $150 up to onboard, spending money. And I also talk about Princess Plus because once it pays to Plus, once you do the math and you show them, this best sale ever becomes the best sale ever, right? Because you've actually coupled in these the bundles, and it makes it worth their while. It truly is. It's a turnkey, seamless experience, and you're not nickel and dimed on board. And when the comparison sheet comes off, our gloves come off, because when you compare our Princess Plus and Princess Premier to what others are doing, sorry to name my name, but I'm doing it, you will be, why? Because I figured I had to do it. I had to show you why we have the best bundles. And it's 60 and 80, and that is nothing compared to what other brands are. And I just think for us, we just haven't told our story. So we're going to tell our story. We're going to yell it from the rooftops, and we're going to be broad, even though I know all of you are really nervous. But we'll talk about that in the next webinar, which, by the way, the next webinar is 2 weeks from today.
It is.
It is, which is the 26th of January. So let me know if you want a special topic besides everything else we're going to talk about, right? Because we got a lot going on. So let's get questions, because we always go to the end and we don't have enough time. Okay, first one. Do solo travelers traveling in a stateroom qualify as a booking, or is it only for double occupancy? Great question. It's a booking.
Yes, it is a booking.
Ta-da. It's a booking. Are you talking about sell three, sell free? Yes. We brought Lisette back into the picture. You know why? You're sick of seeing me, right? And don't do close-ups. Seriously, don't. Okay. Marie wants to know, do the bookings have to be paid in full by February 20th, or just booked and then paid by due date? Booked and paid by their due date to qualify. So you don't have to pay them in full by Feb 28th. We wouldn't do that to you, Marie. Excellent. What else have we got? Come on, I know
Thanks
they
for
have
reading them, Carmen, because I can't see the questions. So
I
read
know,
the
because
questions.
you're not, because Attilio, couldn't run the PowerPoint. He's behind. I feel like he's, what's the name of when you do Kelly and Ryan? What's the guy's name? Stedman. No, it's not Stedman. Stedman's open. Who runs the? I don't know. I don't watch. That's at 10 in the morning. Who's watching TV? Okay. Is there a promotion where verified military can get a free upgrade for Princess Plus? Yes, there is.
There is. So the key here is that it is for, and we sent it out, so it's recipient only, but it is for verified teachers and military, meaning they had been verified through the Princess process previously. So they have an opportunity to get, if they make a booking with you, from December 27th through January 31st for any voyage starting March 1st of 23, and they book Plus, they will get Premier for free. They'll get upgraded to Premier.
That is phenomenal. And you know why we missed it? Because it went out December 27th. Because Lord forbid we went into Wave to have launched this because everybody was on vacation. So my apologies. Luckily, it's through January 31st. So we'll cover it on January 26th. Joe, make a note so that we show it there and give you some time to be able to. I think that is, we always have military benefits, obviously, but I think this is a real appreciation. That's a great value. And now we know how to, convey that value, right?
Oh, yeah, we want to call out, if they were eligible, they would have gotten a notification and an offer from Princess.
So is the free stateroom given to the agency or the travel advisor who makes the bookings? And I believe it's the travel advisor who makes the booking. So it's at the
absolutely
level. So hopefully that answers that question.
Yep.
And then we'll take a couple more. We're only 2 minutes over, which is a bad deal. We're normally at least 5. So, and no questions for you, Lisette.
Not yet.
Lisette, I told you you weren't on a hot seat, my friend. I'm telling you.
Let me see. I'll see if I can find some too.
I think we're good, right?
It is new bookings only. Someone asked about, I think it's the military.
Is the free stateroom transferable to others?
No. So it needs to be for the travel advisor who earned the cruise.
Right. Correct. It is for 2 people. That is correct. Is the free?
It is for 2 people.
It is for a party of 2. Can a guest upgrade to Princess Plus or Premier once they are on board the ship? I believe that answer is still. Is it yes now?
I thought it was yes, but maybe I had heard of them planning it, and maybe it's not live.
They're planning it, Marsha. That's why I really want to push that we do it in advance. I think it's an automation thing. It's coming, but yes, you have to book it before they board because on board we still don't have that work, but we will. Coming soon. And lastly, is Princess Answers under OneSource? That's Melody. Where do they find Princess Answers?
Under OneSource. It is in OneSource. Absolutely.
It's under OneSource.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to thank Lisette.
No, thank you.
I want to thank Jen Wright, obviously. Thank you, Jen. Stay there. Make sure you never come live so we know the phones are ringing. Obviously, Marsha, always a wealth of information, and my Princess Guru, Group Guru, who's going to win the award this year because I'm going to make sure I chime in every single webinar that we do. Our next one is January 26th. I want to say to all of you how much we appreciate your support. Thank you for sticking with us. This is going to be the very best year ever for all of us. And I want to thank the amazing sales team, marketing team, all of the team and admin, the new Princess Partner Support team. We are at your service. We want to be a pleasure to do business with. Happy New Year, everybody, and Carpe Diem. We'll see you on the 26th.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.